All right, today we're making
Capicola Canapes and Gnocchi and Fontina Sauce.
This is What's Cooking. Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking. Join me as I travel the country, learning the tips, tricks, and stories behind the recipes and home cooks that make up the world's #1 food site, Allrecipes.com. This week we're in Long Beach, California, just south of LA, and recently named the aquatic capital of the country. This sunny SoCal city is where we find Allrecipes cook Lynn, who is going to cook for us an Italian feast. Like you said earlier, we're making your canapes and gnocchi.
We're making Capicola Canapes.
Canapes. We're going to call them canapes. Here we go. Okay. I never said I was a linguist. Let's cut the yapping and head back to the kitchen. This is What's Cooking. Okay, we're back in Lynn's kitchen. We've gotten started on the gnocchi. We've got three potatoes there boiling in the water. Tell us a little bit about what's required for that.
Well, for gnocchi, we're going to be using russet potatoes, and what's key is that you do not want to peel the potatoes, nor do you want to puncture them.
Why is that?
You want to leave the skins on because the skin will help protect the potato from absorbing extra moisture from the water.
Okay, so potato protection.
Right. And we've got to wait about 40 minutes until those potatoes are done before we can continue.
40 minutes. Now what?
I have an appetizer that goes with the gnocchi. It's called Capicola Canapes. This is very straightforward appetizer, simple to make, and we're going to start with slices of sourdough baguette.
Spread on a generous layer of cream cheese. Then add on a large basil leaf followed by a thin slice of capicola. Simple and ready to eat. Once the potatoes are cooked through, cut them in half and run them through a potato ricer. What is a potato ricer?
Potato ricer is one of these kitchen gadgets, and it's basically a fine mesh, and you put the potatoes through. You don't even have to peel the potatoes, and out come perfectly.
Just a giant garlic press.
Exactly.
All right.
And then what we're doing is we're ricing them, and we're going to spread them out over this baking sheet, because what we want to do is we want to cool them, and we also want as much moisture as possible to escape from the potatoes.
Improvise, overcome, and adapt.
That's actually working. And who's the cleaning crew that's going to take care of all this?
They come tomorrow.
Okay.
Now what?
We are going to take this and turn it out on a cool surface, and today our cool surface is my granite countertop.
All right, I can do that now.
Okay, yes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a well.
Form the potato well and sprinkle with flour. Then mix together 2 eggs with salt and pepper and pour them into the well, and then start kneading it all together. Once it's incorporated, cut into 5 even sections. Roll each section out like a rope and cut the rope into equal little pillows.
So you pick up one of the little pillows that you've just cut, you roll it in your hands, and then you push it onto the tines of the fork and roll it. Roll it off until it makes this cute little gnocchi. And the ridges are important for the gnocchi because that is what's going to grab the sauce.
All right, we're ready to make the sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Or what are we doing?
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to melt the butter.
Okay.
And once that's melted, we're going to add the shallots.
Saute the shallots until they're soft. Then add the cream and bring to a near boil. Then add the fontina and Parmesan cheese and stir until smooth. Once the sauce is ready, we'll cook the gnocchi.
Unlike pasta, these will cook very rapidly, 2 to 3 minutes. The minute they start to float, that's when they're ready to go.
Coming up to the surface. It's pretty cool. Watching turtles surface. Mm-hmm. So this is pretty much it. You're just going to scoop this out, add the sauce over the top, garnish it with basil, and it looks like we're about ready.
All right. Come on out and join us in the bubble.
I've got a lot of experience in a bubble. Is everybody hungry?
Yes, we are. Because this is such a heavy dish, I like to serve it with a very light salad, and one of my favorite salads is arugula.
Canapes.
Canapes.
What happens in the bubble stays in the bubble.
Very good. Very good. So there you have it, another kitchen, another cook. Join us again next week for another episode of What's Cooking.
Pick up one of these balls, roll it, then you take the fork and roll it off so that it looks like that.
Like this?
Why don't you try it? Why don't you try doing it again? Can you try that again?
Yeah. Like that?
Pretty good.